I'm back. Welcome
Hello. Oh.
Welcome to the Citizens Podcast. I'm Sydney. You have your own mic.
And I'm Addison.
And today we're going to be engaging in a little bit of girl talk. A little bit of whatever that test is called. Ermers. Something about men and women, how women can't go 5 minutes without talking about a guy. And you know what? We're going to talk about guys for over 5 minutes. Because we're teenagers. We're teenage girls.
Are we? I'm an adult.
But we're still teenage girls. And so you know what? We're going to talk about it. Because that's what makes me happy. And that's what is interesting to talk about. So.
Yes.
I think that first we should talk about how do you what would you qualify as your dream man? Your dream man, what would that look like? Just to contrast like who we're approaching and who, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I want a man.
Real.
I want to find a tall man because where are they at?
Real. For context.
All taken by the short dudes.
For context. Short dudes. We'll get into that later. We'll get into that later when I talk about my type. But anyway, for context, we're both pretty tall. We're both like
I think above average.
Yeah.
For a woman's height.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 5'8" and a half.
I'm 5'7" 3/4.
Yeah, we're tall. Yeah, we're tall. What about it, Bella Hadid? Bella Hadid.
We're skinny too.
Good luck finding my waist. I turn to the side, disappear.
I'm blowing the winds.
Okay, anyway, your type. Go, get back.
Tall.
Okay.
That's where it is.
I mean, and you know what? That's a standard. And that's a standard that most men don't meet. So you know what? It qualifies as a type.
Mature.
Okay. So going back to the man.
M.A. mature. M.A. man. Well.
Coincidence, I think not. So, what would you say personality-wise?
Mature.
Besides that, like.
I think I'm a golden retriever type. I think
Okay.
I don't want an introvert. I need someone who will bring me out of
And
my
that's
shell.
real. Because I feel like, well, I don't know, because I feel like I'm pretty extroverted. Like, I'm a pretty extroverted person, but I would not want to be with someone who is like,
I want to stay home.
I want to stay home.
What do you mean?
No, you're embarrassing
Let's
me.
go out. Yeah.
You're embarrassing me by
dancing.
busting a dance move in the middle of the street. Like, you're embarrassing me. Grow up.
Mature.
Worship me.
Oh. There's a Bible in the bag.
Okay, you know what I mean. I would say my type. I rotate.
Short dudes.
No, okay, so I have a type and I have a pattern. Okay?
That's true.
I have a type and I have a pattern. My type is like muscle, tall, golden retriever energy. That's a type. That's my standard. What I end up going for, or what I attract, is short,
Stubby. Ginger.
gingers, and gays.
Is that controversial?
No. I mean, I don't think it's controversial to say that gay men flock to me like moths to a flame.
Gay men who aren't out of the closet.
Exactly. I am a magnificent beard.
Beard?
And yeah, that's what it's called.
I've never heard
It's like
that.
a cover-up. Like, it makes him seem more manly. So it's a beard.
Oh, that's okay.
I teach Addison gay slang, not clickbait. Anyway. Yeah, so that's my...
Sorry.
That's my pattern. And my type is the direct opposite of that. So I attract exact opposites of what I want. But that's okay, because now I'm gonna tell you one story I have about a man who is my type. I can't say I can't say names. I can't say names.
We'll call him Walter.
We'll call him Walter. That's a good nickname. Okay, we'll call him Walter. Essentially, I knew Walter. This is a bit of a controversial story because I knew him when he was not 4 years, 3 years. Yeah. Spoiler alert, he's too old for me. What else is new? But basically, I knew him when he was a senior, and I was a freshman, which is how all great true romances start in high school. He really liked my friend, not her.
Named
Leia. We'll call her Susie.
Betty. Susie. Fine.
Susie and Walter. Susie and Walter were Susie had a crush on Walter because he was in a class with her. Okay. Susie really liked Walter because he was in her class and she really thought that he was like cute or whatever. He wasn't at the time.
He's still
he was
He's short,
once again.
He's short.
He's not short.
He's short.
He's not short. He's 6'1", guys. I swear.
He looks short.
He's not.
He sounds short. Walter?
Yeah, that's my man. Anyway, Walter. Susie had a crush on him, but he was not cute at the time. He was short and skinny, scrawny. He was ginger. He was pale. He was like the effective Ron Weasley without the British accent, and like slightly more misogynistic. So like not a great candidate, but he was older, and Susie really liked him. They're not gonna care.
You better not.
I don't think they're gonna care. I didn't say any names. If the shoe fits, wear it. But, shoes up. Okay. Susie really liked Walter. Walter was too old for her. Susie made up some things about how Walter really wanted her. And Walter really wanted her. And Walter was, like, all up on her. He was like, save yourself for me. Like, loser energy. Like, he grabbed my butt. Girl. That's not a flex.
But I personally believe it. She thinks it's lies.
It's just simply not true. She texted me everything that ever happened, and then one day out of the blue, this just randomly had happened, like, 2 months ago, and she didn't tell me. So I was like, what's that about? You never told me about that. Because she told me everything that happened in her day. We were besties. To the summer before my senior year. I'm tanning at the pool with my mom. The public pool. I'm tanning at the public pool with my mother, reading a book, And then I hear from behind me, I'm going to do a really good impersonation right now. Sydney? And I'm like... So, I didn't even know who it was at first. So anyway, I turn around, I'm like, I see this big, jacked, tall, ginger man who's a lifeguard. Like, he's so fine. And so anyway, I look at him and I'm like, hello? And so, cause I'm with my mom. So anyway, he's like,
Oh.
Sydney. He's like, Sydney, how have you been? I'm like, who are you? Where are your dogs? How have you been? And I was like, oh, who are you? He's like,
It's Walter.
it's Walter.
Walter who?
It's Walter. Walter who?
Wait, I could.
Walter. Walter who? Walter who you went to high school with. You know. And I look and I'm like, Walter had a glow up. Because Walter is big. Like, he's massive and he's so gorgeous. And so anyway, I'm like, hey Walter. And so anyway, he's like, what are you reading? No. He's like, what are you reading? And I'm like, oh, just this little book. It was Eleanor and Park. It was a pretty good story. But anyway, then my mom was like, who is this fully grown man who's talking to my daughter? Because he's got a mustache. And you know what, so sue me.
Pedo.
And you know what, so sue me.
Stash.
Sue me. I thought it was cute.
No.
But anyway, my mom was like, who is this fully oiled up man who was shaking hands with my daughter while she's butt up tanning
Butt up.
at the
Dang.
public pool?
Let me
And
get
he's like,
some.
nice to meet you, Miss Lasley. And my mom's like, oh, nice to meet you, Walter.
Walter.
And yeah, so anyway, that's the only time that I got really approached by a man that I found attractive.
Fancy.
That I fancy.
Disgusting.
Has that ever happened to you, Addison?
With my father.
Hold up.
I was at the mall. The Oh. I can't say what mall. I can't give out that information. I was at the mall. I was shopping in this little like Earthbound or whatever it's called, earthy little store. And this dude approaches me. And he was like, I saw you and I thought you were really pretty. Can I get your number?
Riz.
Not Riz, because my dad was literally on the other freaking aisle looking at something. And I was like, I'm 17.
Was he cute though?
He was short. Sorry. I have to keep bringing that up.
And you know
He was
what?
cute, actually. He had curly hair. He was pale. There's nothing wrong with being pale. I'm pale. There's nothing wrong with me. But he was short, and I was like, I was scared because my dad was literally over there. Over there. Does my finger look stubby? My finger looks fat compared to yours. Wait, am I being
I just got really long fingers.
Yeah. Okay. And okay, usually whenever I get embarrassed, like my face turns red and then my neck turns red, and like sometimes I break out in hives. And your girl really wasn't wearing makeup that day, so nothing could cover it up, and I could just feel myself
Stop wiggling your toes.
getting embarrassed, and I just wanted this interaction to be over with. And I was like, I'm 17, and he was like, I'm 20. Wait, no, he said he's 19. He said he's 19. And I was like, sorry, no.
Uh-huh.
But
Stronger willpower than I could ever have, honestly.
But if my father was not in the store,
Different story. Different store, different story.
maybe things would be different. Maybe. But at the same time, where I was shopping isn't my hometown, so like
That's true.
he's probably from
that town.
where that, yeah. So I didn't care. But I
Unfortunately,
still
yeah.
picture your face. Just kidding. No, I
You
don't.
picture me.
Wait, maybe I do. If you're
watching?
If you're watching.
Shout out to this one guy in a random mall.
In an Earthbound store, and I swear, I think it was called Earthbound. I got a necklace from there, that 333.
I'm sure he remembers.
I'm sure. Do you remember my face? Because I remember your face.
Next I think we should talk about the most embarrassing story we have about
Dating?
No. About flirting. Flirting is I'm really bad at flirting.
I don't flirt. I'm just naturally flirtatious.
Not me. I actually have zero game.
That's a lie. All she does is just joke.
That's true. And it's a problem because I'm funnier than every man that I've ever met.
And they're insecure.
And they're insecure about it. And because I'm just so funny that they just can't keep
Like
up. Smelling.
I took a shower and you did it.
I took a shower right before work. Anyway.
Next.
Funny story about flirting. So basically, I can't do it very well. Because I just joke and like laugh and I'm just like.
I stretch out my butt.
Just got our dogs out. But anyway, yeah. So my most embarrassing story, I attended a camp over the summer. And I don't know if you've heard this story yet. I attended
What camp?
GSP.
Last summer.
Last summer. Correct. Yeah, I attended a camp called
Care.
There was this thing called a GS Bay. Okay? And so basically it was every camper, I guess, would like kind of couple up with whoever they thought was cute and like have a GS Bay or like a I guess like a boyfriend girlfriend kind of thing just for over the summer, like just for funnies. So I had a honorary roommate, I'll call her. Her name, she won't mind me doxing her. Her name was Sadie. And I love her. She's so sweet. But we both had our hearts set on the same GS Bay. But we were like best friends. Like she was my GS bestie. She was my GS bestie. And we literally did everything together, and we had a crush on the same man.
Paints our nails together. Brushed our hair together.
Brushed our teeth together using the same toothpaste. She'd spit it onto my toothbrush, and I'd wash with it. We were so close. Just joking. But yeah. So anyway, we both had a crush on the same guy. I'll call him Brock.
Oh!
That
That's
name fits him. I'll call him Brock.
Brocky.
So basically, Brock was once again very tall. Very big. He was I'll talk to you about this. Basically, he had a girlfriend. Me and Sadie didn't know. Brock did not intend on telling us because he really enjoyed the attention he got from both of us pursuing him at the same time. So basically we started Riz points, which is like really funny to look back on, but we would get like, our other roommates kept track, and we'd get Riz points whenever we got like close to him or like he showed interest in us because of something that we did. So this gave rise to a lot of unintentional flirting that like
Unintentional.
that definitely shouldn't have happened if I would have known that he had a girlfriend. So basically we were both actively pursuing this man like ravishingly. Like we were clawing at the gates of our enclosure for this man. We were literally like ravished for male attention.
Rapid
I was saying-
animals, rabies.
Okay. We were ravished for male attention. Yes. So anyway, we were tossing and turning, not sleeping at night, thinking of how can we woo Brock. And you know what I thought of? I thought, no, I'm not there yet. What would woo Brock more than me taking his sock off with my bare foot? We're standing in line to go out on the town, like we get to leave the college campus that we were forced to stay at, and we're waiting in line. I decided it's a good idea to take out my grubby little toes, grab the back of his sock, and pull it off with my bare toes. He's standing in line, he's going like this. Sydney, I swear if that's you behind me, I'm gonna punch you in the face. He turns around. I go. He goes, are you joking? And I'm like, oh, this might have backfired because what did I think was going to happen? He was going to propose to me because I freaking took his sock off with my bare foot.
Oh my gosh, you're so skilled with your toes.
Oh, your toes are so textile. I don't know. So anyway,
Get back in.
I'm trying. So anyway, we're just standing in line. It's fine, whatever. He's mad at me because I took his sock off, as he should be. But then he asks me, so, Sydney, have you ever had boba? And I was like, yeah. He was like, is it good? I was like, yeah. And he was like, you want to go get some? And I was like, argh! So all my roommates were like, Riz point, Riz point, Riz point. That's 3 Riz points for him asking you to boba. So anyway, then flash forward, he calls my dog ugly. I get super mad at him because I love my puppy, and we just like kind of gone separate ways. Then I'm in the gym, he starts flirting with me. He's like, let me help you lift that. Your form is bad. Let me fix your form.
Ew.
And like touch your arm and like correct your form. Then I find out he has to go home. And I'm like, oh no, why does he have to go home? There was rumors that he broke a window.
Oh.
Because a window was broken, and he is the biggest man there. So we're like, oh no, Brock broke the window. He didn't. His dad had a stroke. And he had to leave and go visit him in the hospital. Yeah. And then I get news when we come back from my friend, who also won't mind that his name's in this, Mason. Love Mason. Mason told me, yeah, you know how his dad had a stroke. Unfortunately.
Oh my gosh, everyone's gonna know who this. Everyone's gonna know. Everyone's gonna add up.
He was like,
Everyone's gonna add it up.
he's like, you know how his dad had a stroke? That's not the only stroke he went back for.
How could this be anybody? Tell me.
That's not the only stroke he went back for. Him and his girlfriend are together.
His girlfriend had a stroke.
No, he wasn't talking about that.
Pregnant?
They hooked up.
Oh.
As soon as he got back. And then he came back and he was like flirting with me and Sadie. Well, anyway, then it's finally the last night that we're there at the camp. This is the most embarrassing night of my life. I'm sobbing, I'm crying, I'm throwing up. Yeah. It was bad. I was so sad to leave my friends.
So sad to leave my friends, even though I have friends at home, like me.
I was so sad because
So sad.
they lived like forever away, and I like still haven't seen some of them, like a year later. So I was really sad because I wasn't going to see them for a long time. So anyway, I was like really crying, and then I see Brock, and Brock goes, "Why are you crying?" And I go, "'Cause I'm not going to see you guys for like a year." And he goes, "Yeah?" And I go, "A year's like a really long time, Brock."
Brocky.
And he goes, oh, yeah, I guess. And holds his arms out for a hug. So I'm like, yes, this is my chance. Fully knowing that he did have a girlfriend when he was talking to me, but they broke up recently. Like, they're on and off, on and off, on and off. So, anyway, they were broken up. But he's like, arms out. So I'm like, Jesus, I gotta give him a hug, you know? So anyway, I'm still sobbing, crying, right? And so I'm hugging him. He goes, I'm sorry, but I can feel the snot going through my shirt. But he's still hugging me. So I'm like laughing, right? But I'm wedged in between his pecs. He's huge. He's huge.
Oh no!
Our toes just touched. But anyway, he's huge, so I'm wedged in between his pecs, and I'm crying. So, and then I start laughing, and then one thing leads to another, and I end up laughing like. And he goes, "Did you just motorboat me?" And I went,
looking down at her.
I am so sorry. He was like, it's okay. And he hugs me still. And then he lets go and he adds me by search on Snapchat. So basically Riz, but then we didn't talk to each other much after that. But I did win the Riz competition. I got the grand prize, a
Even
hug.
though you say you can't flirt.
Right. My flirting includes taking your sock off with my bare toes.
She's a jokester.
And
she got them
motorboating you.
tricks. She's got them tricks up her sleeve with her toes. What can't she?
That's the trick up my sleeve. Big ol' muscles.
I don't think I flirt. I think
I disagree.
I think I'm just flirty.
No, I disagree. I think there's definitely a noticeable difference when
Maybe I smile more or laugh more, I feel like.
you do definitely laugh more. But I think that you are also like a little bit more demeaning to anyone that you think is yeah. Like, yeah, loser.
Oh, I'm rude?
Yeah. Loser weirdo. God, you're so ugly. Yeah.
It's like you.
No.
Fatty.
Right. Basically, Addison has a crush on me, and that's what this entire episode was about.
Because she attracts the gays. I'm not. There's a Bible in the back. Guy. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. If you know what I mean.
I don't know. I don't think.
And that's the quote of the year. Now.
No, the quote of the year is "It happens."
Okay.
I need a shirt that says that.
Okay. Now, into the real meat. The meat and potatoes of embarrassing male stories.
I don't have embarrassing male stories. Because the embarrassing things that, well, it's kind of embarrassing. But, it's mainly embarrassing on the boy than on me.
Do you want to go first? So I can
My
leave.
first ever date. I'm just kidding.
Yes, go into
Not
it.
my first ever date. I don't know. The first person that I dated, we went on dates with, my parents were there. We went on a date, my mom, both of our parents were there. And my dad was there once. But...
Where did y'all go?
No, we're not, no.
Okay.
We're not gonna get in there. But after that, I move on quick. No, I don't.
She's a whore.
I decided, let's take a chance with this junior. When I was a
Junior
freshman.
fits so well.
Freshman, junior. Womp.
Mm.
And I went on a date. It was a double date. We went to the movies. And he put his arm around me. He went. No, okay, I'm gonna.
Wait, let's reenact it. Let's reenact it.
I'm the boy and you're me.
Okay. Okay.
Can I put my arm around you?
Sure. That's not comfortable. And that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened. There was 2 other people like beside us, and they looked over and they were like, oh my gosh, and I looked at them, and that's whenever I got embarrassed because I was like, oh my gosh, like this dude has his arm around my shoulder, but I wasn't feeling it because it was uncomfortable. Like
For context, Junior, that we're gonna call him, I'm gonna call him Junior, because he was a junior. But Junior was, he was a partier.
No, we're not going to talk any more about it. We are not going to go into detail about it.
That's the whole fun of a podcast.
No, I'm not exposing myself because everyone's going to know.
I don't care. Everyone knows my drama.
Nobody knows my drama. Nobody has dirt
No,
on
everyone
me.
knows my lore. I shouldn't say drama. It's my lore.
Nobody has dirt on me other than the Musically.
Ooh,
I know people in my grade that have that.
that's funny.
It's used against me.
Okay. My embarrassing relationship.
Movies, too.
I know. Kind of embarrassing that Sydney was in a relationship. But it did happen at one point. At one point, a man
She was lax.
showed interest in me, and I was like, you know what? He's kind of cute. He's kind of a
Gay.
cutie. Okay. Anyway, he was kind of,
I'm sorry.
he was kind of a cutie. So I decided, you know what?
His sister's cuter. I'm sorry.
It's true. It's true. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pursue this. Well, we went on for about 9 months. They're gonna know who it is. I've only had one relationship ever. This was it. It went on for about 9 months. We went on 3 dates. Yeah, we never really talked to each other. It was like a middle school relationship where it was like, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend, but we like don't know each other. So
Never hang out.
we never hung out. We went on 3 dates. 2 of them were with his
9 months.
in 9 months, and they were all within the first 2 months. Yikes. But anyway, 2 of the 3 dates were with his sister present, who was like one of my really good friends. So that's actually how we got set up, because his sister really liked me and I thought he was cutie. So anyway, then we went on 3 dates. I'm gonna talk about I'll talk about the first date a little bit. The first date was at the fair.
I saw them. I remember seeing them at the fair.
Yes, the first date was at the fair, and it was good, except for the fact that my mom didn't know I was going on a date. So I went to my friend's house to get ready, and all my friends at the time were helping me get ready and like hyping me up. And we get there, and he's like, I'm gonna be a little bit late. Sorry, I had work and a golf tournament. And
So much detail.
everyone knows who my first boyfriend was. I don't care. Nothing against him. Nothing against him.
That should be me holding your hand.
You wish.
That should. Okay.
Anyway, so he was like, I'm gonna be a little bit late. I got a golf tournament. Like, I'll be there as soon as I can. So I'm like, yeah, that's whatever. I don't really care. I'm having fun with my friends. Your foot itchy? Goodness. So
Sorry.
then I'm like, it's whatever. It's whatever. Well, we get there, okay? And we're like, all right, let's go on this like zero gravity thing. I have motion sickness.
Yeah, we know.
I turned green. And he was like, oh,
Yeah, we know.
girl, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. We're just going to take a break and we're not going to go on the big guitar one with your sister and my friends and her friends and all that. We'll just go off by ourselves. Motion sickness sitting me up, for real. Then we decided we were going to go on the, like, kiddie rides. But they wouldn't let us on unless we had a kid. So then we were like surrounded by a bunch of kids, right? So then we see this little kid. He ropes my thigh like with his little sticky fingers, and I'm like, I didn't even think before I was like, Aiden. And Aiden was like, that was a kid, not me. And I was like, oh. Okay, sorry.
Oh.
Which is embarrassing in itself. But the next...
I wish you would touch me. I'm sorry. She wishes.
Somebody clip that. No, but... anyway... So then we get on the next ride that they actually let us on, and it's the one where you go side to side and you like kind of end up like you're squished pretty much. Well,
The Sizzler.
Yeah, the Sizzler. Well, anyway, we're sitting on the Sizzler, me and this boy.
You're crushing him.
And he literally, we go and we're like whipping side to side, and he goes. I'm like my
Bones
one
popping.
like one leg is on this boy, okay? And he goes, "You're crushing me." I had to get out. I was like, "You're joking." And I was like, "I'm so sorry, but like I can't move. This is a ride. Like this is the point of the ride." He was like, "I can't breathe." And I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Let me
okay,
cut you off
sorry."
real quick
Yeah.
because I went on a Sizzler with a boy, and he's pretty skinny compared to me, and he just let at it. He let me lay on him. So that boy that you were dating, a boy.
He was a boy. He was a boy.
I would have to tell you who the I think you know who the person was. Sophomore year.
Yeah.
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 He let it happen.
That is a real man.
Is it though? For president.
Yikes.
Next.
So then our second date rolls around, and it's again with his sister and her friends and my friends. Well, anyway, we go to the movies. We're watching an exceptionally long movie. It's like 3.5 hours, and we're just sitting there, you know, minding my business, and then I'm like, wow, this is a really long movie to not like do anything. So anyway, I was like, I'm gonna try to hold his hand. You know what? I'm gonna try to hold his hand. And you know what? That's gonna be fine. So anyway, I reach under the seat and I'm like, feeling for his hand. And then I eventually hold his hand, right? But when you hold so when you hold someone's hand, somebody's finger is in this little hole between the index and the thumb, okay? And that was not gonna be me, because that is uncomfortable. So I was like, trying to like push his thumb back with my thumb, and then change fingers, right? So that my thumb's in the little hole, not my index finger. He literally, he goes, oh, like crunches in his seat, like tucks and wobbles out. He goes, I gotta use the bathroom.
Buddy, what?
I'm sitting, this is the seating arrangement. Him, me, his sister. Him,
What
me,
did you
his sister.
do?
His sister goes, "What did you do to him?" I said, "I tried to hold his hand." And she goes, "Oh no." I don't have to explain what happened.
You don't have to say.
I don't have to explain what happened. All that you need to know is that I never touched that man again. Ever. Under any circumstances, I couldn't do it because that's
Scary.
oh my
Dang!
gosh. I'm too
Calm
powerful. What can I say? I'm too powerful.
She got that Riz.
I got that Riz.
Riz points.
Yeah. So anyway, that's I would say that's my most embarrassing experience of dating. Dating, if you can even call it that. Like
I remember after going to the movies with that person who put his arm around me, whenever they took me home, he wanted to walk me to his door. Was like, he's gonna kiss you. So I told him, no. You're not coming to my door.
See,
Ugly thing.
my boyfriend never kissed me.
He wasn't even my boyfriend he wanted a kiss. Like,
That's crazy.
you
See,
think you're getting that?
This is why I think that we should bring back, like, old romance. This leads me to my next point
Isn't
that,
it called courting?
yes,
Courting someone? That
I
is so
think-
cute.
I think that we should bring back courting. Because,
Take me on a stroll.
yeah,
A little tiny umbrella.
I want someone to buy me flowers. Or I want someone to
No, don't buy me flowers. Go pick them. Go pick them.
pick them. And even better, like, I don't even care if it's flowers, like, a bunch of carrots.
Give me some carrots.
Hey, I grew,
Tatia the better.
hey, I grew these for you. Hey, I built this for you. Hey, I wrote this for you. Not,
I write poems.
she
That
held
would
my
get me.
hand. Yeah.
I think I do kind of want. Honestly, if a singer, that would get me.
A
That would
poem?
Get me going.
Oh, okay. Maybe not. Yeah. But, I'll go talk a moment. But, yeah. I think that my love language is words of affirmation, not gifts. So I think that even just like letters, not anything poetic, just like writing letters, I think that'd get me. I think that's my standard.
I really don't know because I've never dated anyone, so therefore I don't know what my love language is.
I feel like you don't have to date someone to know your love language, for sure. I think that even just like having friends, like like even just existing, really, you can understand your love language because like what makes you feel like you've been seen or heard. Like for me, it's, hey, you did a really good job with this or something like that. Instead of like, oh, here, I got you a gift. That doesn't hit the same as like, oh, I'm proud of you. You know? But for some people, it's like, oh, I'm proud of you. Like, anyone could say that. But like, oh, they actually went out and spent money and took the time to get me a physical gift.
I don't know.
And then there's just like quality time where it's just like,
Yeah.
just spending
Maybe
time
that.
around me. Yeah.
I think that because I
Yeah.
don't know. I just
I could
like
see that
spending
for you.
time with people.
Yeah. Doing activities.
Because honestly, I feel like I like spending my money on others.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I really don't care. Yeah, maybe quality time.
Yeah.
What's the difference between quality time and quantity? Like quantity, is that quantity given like gifts? Like what is like there's like a thing.
Quality
like,
over quantity or?
Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
That's a thing. But like what does that mean?
It's like say you have one really good friend and then someone else has
over
like
quantity.
yeah. Quality
Okay,
over
now
quantity.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Quality time.
Quality time.
Maybe.
I would say that's one of mine. I think that the way that I show love is different from the way that I like to receive love. Because, like, words of
That's
affirmation,
true.
like, words of affirmation, I love to hear, I'm so proud of you, you did such a good job, I love when you do this or this or this.
Mhm.
It makes me feel appreciated. Like, I love that, but it's not something that I just naturally do, like, when I enjoy spending time with someone or, like someone. It's not really something that I do. I feel like, I don't know.
I feel like like, sometimes, I don't know either. Like, literally, because I feel like I'm a mix. Like, sometimes,
Yeah.
like, I'm not overdoing it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not underdoing
If you know what I mean.
it. Yeah. If you know what I'm saying.
I think I just spilled
So
chocolate ice
this
cream.
is the end.
Okay.
Hold your breath and count to 10. I'm actually gonna be so for real.
Mm-hmm.
I literally could have had a boyfriend.
For real.
But I think what happens is I want a man to ask me. I'm sorry if
And
that's
we were also-
not feminist enough.
No, that's actually
Of
so real.
me.
And I think that I don't know. I saw this thing that was like,
He gave me the
I
These
saw
boys
this.
need to tighten the
I saw this thing that was like, it's okay to like disagree with certain aspects of like. I feel like feminist culture does kind of make excuses for men not
being
like not even that, just not living up to the standard of like what used to be expected of, like even in like how you show love. Like it seems like it kind of like feminism kind of screwed it over in a way. Like obviously like equal pay and all that, like equal rights, of course, but also bring back
equal rights, equal fights.
so true. Put me in the army. Put me in the army.
Oh.
I won't sign up myself.
National Guard. Who's there?
Put me in the National Guard.
Anyways.
Put me in the National
No.
Guard.
I hate that.
Yeah. I think that anyway, what I was saying is that I think that feminism has made it acceptable for men not to just like fawn after women. Like, watch The Notebook for me.
Please.
Watch The Notebook for me. He remembered everything.
Built my house.
He remembered everything that she said. He executed it perfectly.
Sent her letters.
He sent her letters 365 days every day for a year.
365.
Every day for a year. And modern guys won't even cook their own food every day for a year.
They would say, that's a turn off.
Yeah.
That's a turn. Tell me if it is, because I don't think it is.
I think bopping along to music is not a turn on.
But what if there wasn't music?
Bopping along to the music in your head, not a turn off. She's a 10, but she bops along to the music that's in her head. In person. Personally, I'm gonna say a 12.
100.
0 out of 10.
Cornbread.
Okay,
For this is
I think-
the end.
I think that that's an appropriate ending.
51 minutes, but whenever I edit this,
I
I'm
think-
editing it.
Yeah. I think that overall, what we can learn is that
Boys will be
Boys-
boys.
boys aren't great, honestly.
They can be.
They can be, and they have the
But-
potential to be, and they once were. But in my experience,
Can I get a damn soap?
no. I hope that you all enjoyed Girl Talk / embarrassing stories / lore drop / episode 1 of the Citizen Podcast.
This will be uploaded on YouTube
Yes.
with my volleyball video.
Highlight reel.
Highlight reel.
Highlight reel plus girl talk.
Podcast. So if I go out and send emails to colleges with the link to my YouTube video and they see that I have this podcast video.
She's a 10 out of 10, but she has a podcast. 12 out of 10. Okay.
0 out of 10 cornbread. Thanks
for listening.
Watching. In the future, we will have a backdrop. Welcome to my room. The Bible.
Yes. Okay. Bye, guys.